The significance here for our cluster is to not have any more reductions from the budget. We recognize that this is a very dire situation, and we recognize that there will be some cuts to the budget, and we know things happen very, very quickly, so we don't want to lose some things. So we put a big emphasis on what we really didn't want to lose. And we've been trying to get this International Baccalaureate program off the ground in Seneca Valley, and we need those supports. And the staff development piece we cannot afford to lose. We can't afford to lose any hours at the high school or the middle school level. In all honesty, we would really like to see the middle years program put in place at the middle school. Right now, there are only two high schools that have the IB program, Seneca Valley and Kennedy, that do not have a supporting middle years program at the middle school level. So that in itself is very defeating. It's hard to feed your own IB program if your students aren't being fed the right information and being properly prepared. Most of the other IB programs are allowed to take in other students from other parts of the county. We are not. We can only feed our own schools. The second thing, we are very concerned about class size. We are focused schools, all of them, and we have a huge farm rate. We're not as high as some of the other clusters, but we're very, very close to the top. We're probably 4 or 5 in the county with our farm rate, with our mobility rate, and with our ESOL rate. So we have a lot of turnover there, and it's very important that these children that are here have the opportunity to get the reading help and the math help that they need. The third thing is all of our schools are older, and we need to keep the maintenance up. Our maintenance staffs do a wonderful job. We're pleased with what we're doing. We can't afford to lose another hour from the maintenance workers. And like I said, we were very pleased to see that Martin Luther King was able to win the Silver Hammer Award from the Comptroller of Maryland for their success at doing more with less. The other piece we tried to touch on was the central office, because constantly when we're here, we hear people about cutting the central office. What does the central office actually do for you or I? I don't know. So that's when we reached out to the principals to try to get a feeling what they really needed from the central office and how important were they. And the common theme was their ability to pick up the phone and get help for anything they needed. Anything. Security, lesson plans, curriculum, human HR issues, personnel issues, student issues, that and the help from IT. That was really what they wanted. And lastly, I think, is the EFO program. As a cluster, we're like others that are very disappointed with the loss of the EFO program. That was 10 years of built relationships between the school, the community, and the police department. That was lost. I mean, the children really were not threatened by the police officer. They were friendly. They knew them. They had grown up with them for 10 years. They knew this person. It was part of their, school, everyday situation, and we've lost all that. We've eliminated that program, and we've replaced it with something that is half as good or maybe less than half as good. And we've seen an increased amount of bullying and other fights at the school level. And like I said, perception is reality. Our parents believe we are not safer without the EFO program. And that's what we were trying to get to.
Yes.